the Justin Robert Young program. Brought to you, as always, by everybody who supports us at PayJuryDaily.com. Again, PayJuryDaily.com. That's where you can get your name read on the show. It's where you can support the show. It's where you can give a little bit of value back if you find value in this fine program. Head on over there, friends. PayJuryDaily.com. Enough talking about how we support the show, though. Oh, what do you say we just do the damn thing? Oh, how are we doing, friends? How are we doing? It's your pal, it's your boy, Justin Robert Young, joining you yet again. The beginning of the week, Monday, the 14th. Got a lot of turmoil in the world, a lot of unsettling things in the world of culture and politics. You know, we don't know. Uncertain economic times as well. You know, the stock market seems to be on a bit of a shaky ground. It's not quite the idea of endless optimism in terms of money. So what are we to do? Who are we to turn to? You know, during the Great Depression, it was said that two things were recession-proof. Live entertainment, i.e. big volume entertainment. You want to know what was a very, very big popular thing during the Great Depression? Dance marathons. These things were gigantic. They were huge. It's because they were free and they took a long time and you would have a good time. I mean, again, this is pre-cable and, you know, Snapchat and Pornhub and stuff like that. But, you know, if you wanted to spend a little day, you'd head on out. It's the Depression. Nobody's got no money. Everybody's, you know, eating their shoes and shit like that. Next thing you know, you head on out to some barn and there's a dude in a big old hat who says, hey, look, I'll give 5 cents to the person who dances the longest. And sure enough, everybody's out there starts cutting a rug. Now, I can't imagine the kind of dances that they were doing. You know, it was probably some old-timey shit like, you know, the jitterbug or the, you know, the old slipping and sliding. I'll bet you there were at least 2 or 3 dances that we would now look at now and feel awkward repeating because I'm sure it has some racial connotation to it. That being said, boy, did they do well. Dance marathons. And then as soon as everybody got some money again, they're like, well, fuck that. I'd rather do something more interesting with my life than watch somebody dance. Now, this is all to say that money is a major issue among my favorite Pitbull albums. This is also to say that folks are always looking for a bargain. They're always looking for something to do. So it is no shock that I introduce you to our story today, and it was submitted by Jedi KV here in our JuRY Discord. Of course, you can always join the JuRY Discord, bit.ly/JuRY Discord. Here's our story today, though. Instagram influencers dupe their fans with quote-unquote free products. Now, this one's curious to me because I don't quite know from this headline exactly what is going on here. Now, there's been plenty of times that people who have a certain demographic have taken advantage of the youth inexperience and buying power of young people, right? Going back to the famous example of when a children's show host asked all of their little youngin' viewers to go into mommy and daddy's purse, write a check to the show and send it to them. That turned out to be illegal. And of course, there's an entire market of toys, games, accessories, the like. So allow me to introduce you to somebody by the name of Supreme Patty. I read to you now from the Daily Beast. Stunt-crazed Instagram star Supreme Patty has snorted hot sauce up his nose and ingested Hennessy in ways no human being should, but he's probably most famous for pouring lime juice into his eyes. Patty, whose real name is Patrick Wallace, has built his Instagram empire blinding himself with citrus and then pulling a stunt, like looking into an eclipse while sitting in the middle of a busy road, for example, or trying to ride a snowboard while blinded by the juice. We're going to play the audio and video of him daring Tekashi 6ix9ine, the now jailed rapper, to squeeze lime juice into his eyes.
And I got 6 limes. Ha.
Okay, so that is...
Good ones.
I'm going to guess that this is the back of a tour bus, but Tekashi 6ix9ine is legitimately squeezing a shit ton of lime juice in this man's eyeballs.
Oh, yeah. Now, you type Q from this thing.
Oh, fuck. Round 3?
Okay, so now there's 3. He has done 1 in each hand, squeezing limes into this man's. He's not exactly selling it. You know, back in my day, you know, back when being a fuckwad idiot for attention was at its most pure form, at least the Jackass boys had the showmanship to act a little weird. You know, someone's pouring lime juice in your eyes. You're not John Wayne, Supreme Patty. Give us a little squeal, a little sizzle, a little come on. Sell a little. All right, we continue.
Initiation complete.
Patty blind.
Alright, yo, it's your turn, bitch.
Now, take this shit off.
So I guess he's blind now. He can't see anything. And now Tekashi 6ix9ine has put a red bandana on his head. I don't know whether... Is this a gang initiation? Is he initiating him into the Crips? Is this... No, the Crips. Oh, jeez. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Bloods? Is this happening?
Wow, my shit's hurt like a bitch.
Treyway.
Treyway. Ice.
He did say Treyway. I think that was the gang you wound up getting in trouble for. So here we go. This is the scam. Wallace's 6 million Instagram fans might not want to pour lime juice in their own eyes or endure the dozens of stitches he needed after the snowboarding went wrong, but Wallace does offer them one way to get a taste of the Jackass meets Spring Breakers lifestyle, offering gaudy chains with gold-colored AK-47s and marijuana leaves that he wears in his video. Best of all, according to Wallace, the chains would normally go for $100, but he's selling them for free. Swipe up to get iced up, Wallace urges his fans in his Instagram stories. Wallace's entire social media presence revolves around moving the jewelry. But anyone who tries to buy one of these chains will discover that Wallace's free chains come with a big asterisk. On the final page, before placing your order for the free, supposedly $100 value chain, customers are asked to pay a hefty shipping fee of around $20. The free chain, as it turns out, aren't actually that free. So, the issue here, as the article goes on to talk about, is China. China. Specifically, one of my favorite sites on the internet, AliExpress. Yes. Alibaba is gigantic out in China. AliExpress is one of the weirdest, most fun places you can visit on the internet. there is everything you could possibly want for prices that seem goddamn impossible, because in China, they have nothing but factories and a great desire to send shit to the United States. Because out here in the States, you might not expect, but we spend a lot more money on shit. So here is the, I think, kind of rather ingenious way that this moron is making money. Number one, he's saying this is free and that it's worth $100. Now, that's the only part where the second side of that is the only part where he's really lying. Because the chains that he's selling are not worth $100. You can find them on AliExpress for about $2. So he's off by roughly $98. He's offering to ship things for $20. So let's say he pays $2 and he's shipping for $20. You know, when you think about it, there's a way he could do this wherein everybody would probably be happy. If you think you're getting a $100 chain and you're only paying $20 for it, you know, it's not the worst deal on the planet. Now, you find out that you could get it for $2, maybe you'd be a little bit more annoyed. The problem is this. Supreme Patty, apparently, according to this Daily Beast article, is a bit of a greedy fellow. Now, I don't like to read, too much into how people live their lives, but I'm going to say that if he is not a greedy person, he is somebody who is acting in the manner of which a greedy person would act. Because apparently Supreme Patty ships these chains on the lowest possible postage. Meaning that from China, you are looking at it getting, it's like about $2 to $3 shipping from China, which means it's getting to you in several months, if at all. I have to tell you, I read this, and it was a very shaming article. It was an article with a tone that was very like, tisk, tisk, tisk to the Supreme Patties of the world. But I think it's a fairly ingenious thing. Now, there are a few things you need to flip around. If if you're saying that it's worth more than it is, then you're definitely lying to your audience. Open By saying he's using media mail. Yeah, no, so it's the absolute cheapest possible thing. Although I guess, so he's drop shipping from China. And this is easy to do these days. You go on Shopify and the article goes into it. But, he's probably not far away from just doing it all in the States. Probably not far away from doing it, in a way that doesn't totally rip off his, doesn't lie to his audience. I don't know. I'm starting to think that Supreme Patty's got it going on. Somebody hand me some limes. I need some limes. All right. Let's go ahead and get into your emails. Our first one is my black friend from Pittsburgh, Joel. Joel writes, "Hello, JuRY. I was catching up on podcast Friday afternoon when I heard you talking about a life hack and getting up early to start your day. The name of the book is The Morning Miracle by Hal Elrod. TLDR, this dude gets into a car crash and died on the operating room table, made a recovery, lost half his income from the bubble, and was depressed, and someone told him to get up early and exercise and such. The book was horrible. The concept is interesting, but I felt like he was advertising for stuff later in the book. With this new year, I've been getting up early and attempting to do some exercise before I start my day. So far, I'm not seeing so much of a difference with my day." So I have vacillated on whether or not I work out first. I tend to find that there's no magic potion for me to say, all right, I'm going to wake up and work out. or I'm going to wake up and start working. But I will say that waking up at an early hour and just getting something done is probably, that's just, that's like taking your vitamins. There's very few ways that can go bad. Jeremy writes in, my buddy spread the sweet and sour on an Egg McMuffin. It was horrible. I dipped a sausage Egg McMuffin in sweet and sour. Okay, so we're talking about sauce here. Not as bad, but still. For me, Egg McMuffin dipped good. Sausage Egg McMuffin better. 11 out of 10 would try again. Picks available upon request. So he is saying to dip your sausage Egg McMuffin in McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. I don't know. Stuart wrote in about our CES story from last week about a vibrator that was disqualified from competition. We mused about a smart vibrator that would be able to order food for you, and I tried to figure out a tagline. Stuart wrote in, your food comes just after you do. And finally, Stuart also wrote about bitters. Given lemon and lime bitters can be sold on non-licensed premises, it's not alcoholic, even though it contains alcohol. Vanilla essence has alcohol, but isn't considered alcoholic. So there we go. My dry January, officially, the jury has ruled that my dry January is intact. So, I am very excited. All right, folks. That about wraps it up for me today. A few things to remember. Number one, if you would like to email the show, it is jurydaily@gmail.com. Again, jurydaily@gmail.com. If you would like to join our Discord, it is bit.ly/jurydiscord. But most importantly, we would not be able to do the show unless we had our grand jurors. These are the folks that support us at payjurydaily.com. Our producers today, the Jen, PD Rave, Non-Specific, Rock and Roll Martian, Joe Acosta, Will, Redneck Tech James, the OG Brito, Will, and Matthew B. If you would like all the latest info on Diamond Club merch, on jury merch, on politics merch, get on our mailing list, bit.ly/stickers or DIAF. And that's also the place you're going to need to sign up if you want to get all the details on the brand new Night Attack album, All's Well, coming out next Tuesday. All right, friends. Until next time, please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky. But more importantly, please don't die! Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.